Now, continuing where we left off, sorry, little bathroom break there. Continuing where we left off, is a card set that apparently still seems undervalued. Although the cost for the cards raw is coming up a little bit, and the risk to reward is so hard. It still seems to kind of totally vain and sit on if you're going to get a 10 or not to make it worth it. And these cards, in my opinion, are hard to figure out what you're going to get as a grade. Mine appears to have some sort of uplift, but on the back seems almost seamless. So based on what I'm seeing, I would guess PSA 10. And again, all this also makes it pretty hard because we intend to send these into CGC. Hold on, looking at it. The camera didn't quite capture it because I'm at 2x zoom. But it, yeah, centering slightly off left to right and top to bottom. In my opinion, not so far off enough. It wouldn't sit as a possibility in the 10 category. I guess I'd rewrite that as 9 to 10. Then last but not least is just a Pidgeot EX. Hopefully something I would consider a 10, hopefully. As I'll be honest, that's not a great lineup sheet so far, guys. I'll definitely probably have to modify it. Is that debris? What am I looking at? I don't think it's an error. I think it's just part of whatever design they were going for. This little dot right here, yeah, it looked like it was just part of the design. Centering looked fine. The front looks fine. Slight cornering issue, just so slight though. Back looks straight. Back looks straight. Back looks straight. This would sit somewhere between a 9 to 10. Honestly, it would. It'd probably 9, but I'm saying there's a chance it would 10. And, you know, that's what these videos are about. However, of course, our data set's going to be a tidbit different because we're sending these to CGC. That being said, still waiting on an update on our first 21 cards we sent. So for example, the cards got there. They've been there for 4 business days, and CGC hasn't input them into their system yet. So that being said, on this Friday, today's the 20th of March, I did go ahead and say, like, hey, like, how long does it take for these to go into your system? Not to nudge them along, just to get a confirmed answer. Because PSA, they sat for a long time. I don't know what CGC is like. So I'm interested to know, not so much to nudge them along, just to get clarity. Not a great feeling in your stomach when your tracking number shows the cards you sent showed up, but the receiver is saying they didn't receive them yet, but just because they're a large system and they scan things in. But again, I don't know their rate of work. I'm interested to find out what it's looking like. Unfortunately, I think I may have timed the CGC in the term of a craze, which means even though like a lot of people have praised CGC for getting their items back even before expected time, I'll probably be looking at getting my stuff back even past expected time. Because honestly, CGC is really starting to line up to be the next PSA. And I think they're going to have a hard time meeting the demand at the rate to which it rises. There will be more to follow again on the possible class action lawsuit. I'd like to iterate, I am not a lawyer. I am simply an analytical logistical master, and I'm very busy with my primary job. I would have liked for my main thing to be Pokemon, but that wasn't working out for several reasons. Mainly just because I'm not a vendor, or at least yet. I just haven't taken that time and or the / risk analysis to do it. I do believe I need more capital on hand, and I have a lot of other liabilities and assets and depreciating assets already intermingled that I have to focus on. As if I had less of those to deal with, I would have jumped on it a while ago. I do see the advantage to that, but it may not be in my future, at least not in my immediate future. That being said, look out for part 3. I'm not trying to drag y'all along, I'm just trying to keep you updated. Thanks.